Hey guys, what's up? It's Saturday. My stomach's gonna fucking explode. It's 8:19 p.m. at October 4th. Fuck, bro. It's definitely been a bad week, I would say. Definitely a bad week. I haven't had a week like this in a while, bro. It's a bit weird, but times like this allow me to continue learning through the oscillations of life. Now, you're probably asking, what the fuck does that mean, Nick? Or you sound like an idiot. You sound like you're trying to act smart. What that means, guys, is like oscillation basically means cycle. Okay, it's the same bullshit. It means cycle. It could mean like, yeah, pretty much just like cycle, right? That's like the only way I can really describe it, or ups and downs or whatever. They're just cycles. Oscillation is a cycle. The oscillation I'm talking about is when you're doing good versus doing bad. Now, good equals productive, clarified, and like generally like doing the right fucking things, and a lot of it, so that you can succeed at the fastest rate possible according to your definition of success. And holy fuck, that car is cooked. That was a car, by the way. Perfectly normal. Something was scraping inside of there. Okay, but like that's what I mean. Okay. For my instance, it would mean like work and good mindset and good identity, because those three things, like if I have a good identity, which by the way, that's such a broad thing. That's like your beliefs, your mindset, your fucking thoughts, your behavior, that's everything. Identity is such a umbrella term. But with a good identity, that's funny, I think my parents are pulling in. Yep. Is that? Yeah, that's... With a good identity and a good amount of actual action, right? Work being put in, hours being put in, and those hours being high leverage tasks for your goal, that equals your goal. Which, if you're making the right goals for yourself, you'll be pretty fucking fulfilled, right? Like if I was making $5,000 a month and I was moved out and I had absolute freedom and I lost 30 pounds instead of gaining weight, and I finally went and approached females, talked to them, like actually start living my life to its maximum potential, I'll be pretty fulfilled. However, the reason it doesn't just happen is because it would break my identity. It would break my identity. It would be, painful, which I already knew that for like ages, right? Still struggling with it. And what I mean by oscillations is when you're doing the things, you're crushing your identity and you're forming a new one, versus falling back on your old one and doing habits that are very, very, very destructive. So back to what I was saying in the beginning of the meditation, the journal. Sorry, by the way, the reason I'm pointing at the sky is because there's a lot of people here. I think there'll be less people as time goes by. I'll be able to talk more to the camera. I don't give a fuck. But back to what I was saying. What do I mean by I'm learning more and more by the oscillations of life? What I mean is that this week, not even this week, actually, I would say, no, sorry, I'm blanking. This past 10 days, so like a week and a half, almost, not a week, but not 2 weeks, right? Just in the middle. The past 10 days, they've been really bad. Very, 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 very bad. There are some big decisions I made that are questionable, but I'm gonna double down on. I'm not gonna revert back to what I was doing before. I'm gonna stick with those decisions. But just in general, in addition to those decisions, my behavior has been horrible. I'll give you some examples. So for the past 10 days, I decided the biggest decision I made is I want to pursue this new business model. TikTok Shop, if you're wondering. I want to pursue TikTok Shop. Now, I don't want to go all in on TikTok Shop. This is actually way against of what I believe. But I think this is one of the rare instances where I should do it. This is one of those rare times, right? A lot of shiny object syndrome, though, like, I do think I could still succeed with just doing the agency. But honestly, just don't even trust myself enough to even, like, make that all my eggs in one basket and prey on that, based and, like, just rely on that. I don't have that self-trust, which is a bad thing. However, I'm actually going to do a lap around here again. But I'm very tired because I ate so much fucking food at 5 p.m. Right now it's like 8 p.m. or I forgot what time it is, I said before. I'm not going to check. It's like 4 hours later or... no, it's like 3 hours later. I'm just like, feel like shit. So forgive me if my brain's not working fast. Like it used to. I actually like seen myself change in the past 10 days. And not even in a good way. But also, there are some things that like, that felt good. And what else? What I mean by that is like, because I've just not been in my routine, like my mind has opened up to a lot of things, new experiences, new values, new everything. I don't feel like I've been in that, like when I was working all day, you know, a couple weeks ago, it feels like you're in this vacuum. That's a great way to describe it. It's like a vacuum, right? In this vacuum, you have your routine, right? So you're behaving the same way every single day. And honestly, I didn't give myself a break, bro. I was doing it. I was trying to do it 7 days a week. But what would happen in actual reality is I would do very, very fucking well for 5 days. And then on the weekends, I would, you know, I would still do it, but just half-ass because it's a weekend. But that said, the important thing is that I just would not give myself, like, I would not give myself an actual break. I would not give myself a single day. And dude, I can't believe I made a mistake again. I did this last year, guys. I didn't learn from it. I did not learn from it. When I burned out in the beginning of this year, I did not learn from it. Because I think fundamentally I just believed that I didn't burn out, honestly. I'm just being a fucking pussy. However, it's a bit like not accurate now that I think about it. Like I would not give myself a day to sit down and be like, Nick, you can do your routine in the morning, but after that, please just don't work, right? Like tell myself to not work. I think the last time I did that, nah. In Barcelona, it was like for portions of the day, but not like the whole day. You know, it's like a little bit, I don't have those days. And that like eventually, I don't think I burned out. Like I didn't even work that hard, to be honest. But like stuff like this happens where I just, for an entire 10 days, I just fucking flop very badly, very, very bad. It's like my body is trying to harm itself and I'm enjoying it. Like it's really weird, really weird. But I think burnout is like such a spectrum, because what I'm talking about is real burnout, like real burnout. But there's little weeks like this where they are like the same archetype as burnout, but they're just less severe. It's just your body like being so unproductive for like a week, I would say. Your body be so unproductive and you feel like shit. You don't even know what's happening. You feel your identity changing and you're like, you don't even care anymore. Like you just do not care. Where it's like, how do I explain it? It's like mini burnout, you know? But yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things I could talk about. I don't know how long this journal will be. It'll probably be very fucking long. I have like 5 gigabytes on my phone, so I could yap for a long time. I'll try to just get through what matters, though. I'm trying to think. I can't even hold this phone up, bro. I'm so tired. My gut health is, like, cooked. It's so bad, bro. There's, like, sugar and seed oils and just, like, carbs. Like, it's bad, bro. And I don't even do, like, haven't even done journal, which means I haven't even done, like, post-meal walks, bro. It's really bad. Like, I threw out everything when it comes to health. Especially since I lost my car. I'm not allowed to use the car anymore. Even more resistance is coming up to going to the gym, because it's way less enjoyable to work out at home than it is to actually just drive to Planet Fitness and see everyone working out. So that's even but these are all reasons why I gotta move out. So I'm happy. Like, I'm not like a victim to this. Like, this is to my benefit in another dimension. But okay. Should probably mention strike is tomorrow. So, and it does not feel good at all that I did not get my shit together last week. I should have gotten my shit together a week before the auditions so I could actually help strike as an organization. But I don't even have my shit together right now. I'm actually in debt. Not even breaking even. But I just believe that TikTok shop, like, once I actually lock in, once I actually start doing shit, taking action, which should be a Monday, honestly. Monday is the day, bro. I'm done. I'm taking action. And I believe that I can make very good money with TikTok. Like, at least $100 a day. You know? Which is only $3K a month. But, like, that's, like, fucking minimum, dog. Alright, anyways, guys. What I'm trying to say here. Let me think here. Trying to think, guys. I'm just gonna, honestly, on this journal, I'm just gonna talk about the actual 10 days. As far as the future, the only thing you guys gotta worry about is I gotta make my plan again. I gotta find out how am I gonna balance TikTok and the agency, right? I gotta really clarify, like, I gotta just make my life a video game, bro. I just gotta do that. There's two things, and I think this will be a perfect balance. I think this will be a perfect balance. I don't know yet. However, on the 6th, on the 5.5 days of the week that I'm gonna be locked the fuck in, I gotta make my life a fucking video game. I gotta, like, literally pre-plan everything. Okay, everything. I'm talking not only my routine, right? I'll just list it out. You got my routine. You got my big goals. You got the tasks to do, like the projects. You got the daily tasks, the things that need to happen every single day. And, like, everything outside of those tasks is big, like, projects, right? Deep work. We'll see what that looks like. I have no idea. You got tracking as well. Tracking my days again at the end of the day. And actually making I gotta, like, spend an hour. Not an hour, but, like, a good amount of time looking at my tracker and making sure that my tracker is, like, pristine for the life I'm living. Like, for the actions that I'm doing, right? A trite example recently would be, like, you know, TikToks or some bullshit, right? Things that are specific, right? Things that are quantifiable and specific, right? Tracking all those things so that I could literally know on a molecular level. What is bro doing? Oh shit. Okay. So I could know on like a molecular level. Holy shit, I can't speak. This car just, like, mogged me, so I'm a little bit, like, flustered. He just, like, stopped right in front of me and blocked the entire road. Tracking everything I do on, like, a molecular level, right? Like, that badly. Like, watching myself like a hawk. And then other things are, like, my consumables as well. Let me say that again. My mouth's getting dry. My consumables. So my daily ones and my weekly ones. Why do I say daily and weekly? Because on daily, like, I'm not gonna listen to an hour of reality transurfing every single day. It's just ridiculous. What I would do is, like, and this is pretty normal. On the weekdays, I would listen well, not listen, I would consume the basic shit. So my self-tea packet. So that includes my self-tea packet. That includes my meditation. That includes journaling. That includes the basic shit, right? Just the basic shit. And on the weekends, since they're not as important, honestly, they're not. I don't give a fuck who you are. Everyone is more relaxed on the weekends. I don't care what you say. But on the weekends, I listen to deeper stuff. So like Subliminals, like the Reality Transurfing book, taking a few hours on that, Johnson, right? Reflections, etc. Like making my consumables, and I'm gonna be even more molecular on this. Like it's gonna be more. What do I mean by more? I mean like way more specific, and to the point where like the goal guys, the goal with the consumables is to brainwash myself. Because I'll tell you one thing, and that is my environment is not going to do that for me. In fact, my environment is gonna actually degrade me, right? My parents, my house, my lack of being able to travel, my friends, even the people I talk to, the people that are in my DMs, right? The people I do not have access to, and the people that I do have access to that would be beneficial, they're way farther than me, right? It's like the lonely chapter. So I need to basically force my environment to be good, and that will be through brainwashing myself. Because believe it or not, if I watch a YouTube video and that YouTube video has good beliefs on it, that is actually a good environment, even if it's YouTube, right? So obviously I'm not going to go on social media, but like giving myself things to consume. I actually already started doing this in the past. I made a folder, weekly mindset, whatever. I'll just play that whole thing. Not consistently, which is why I'm saying like right now, from now on, like I need to do that. Because the thing is, like, if you're in a good environment, this is not super vital. Like Owen doesn't do shit, I'm pretty sure, when it comes to mindset. He just has such a good environment that it works out for him. And that's not his fault. That's just cause and effect. However, what I'm saying is that for a lot of people, this won't be important. And for me, I thought it wasn't important. But the reason it's important is because after a few weeks of not doing it, not a few weeks, what am I saying? After like a week of not doing it at all, like not taking my routine seriously at all, like this happened. This happened, bro. 10 days of bullshit, like 10 days of degrading myself, bro. Going broke, spending money on courses, right? And with that stuff invested, like not taking any action for, a couple days here. Which might sound insane that I'm tweaking over a couple days, but like it matters so much. Like 2 days could change your life. Like 2 days of me being locked in will put me on a difference of runway to do a big goal differently, if that makes sense. Whether that's moving out or doing strike or not, etc., etc., etc. It's a fucking big deal. What I'm trying to get at is that, like, what I've learned through this oscillation of life, through this low period, the last 10 days, is that I need to be so much more molecular with my inputs and not telling myself that I'm going to burn out if I do that. It's not true. Cameron England does it by such a disgusting level. Like he's like the king of that shit, and he does not burn out at all. So, I mean, it does not matter. It's not going to happen. And honestly, the goal should be... Sorry, I was going to say, at this point, the goal should be to burn out. Doing the right things rather than the wrong things, Which is crazy, right? Because, I mean, it's not like I didn't work. Like, I burned out from doing things that would kill my identity. But the thing is, like, the reason I even quote unquote burned out, I didn't burn out. Like, I just didn't. I'm just saying, like, this is a very, 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 very minor version of burning out that lasted like a week or so. What I'm saying though, guys, is the thing that is bad is that, not that I was working, but it was that I was not doing the things I needed to do at such a molecular level. And the best example of that, the thing that I'm talking about, is the mindset consumables, the reflections, the tracking as well. Tracking is huge. And recently it's been just clarity, because if I'm being honest, this TikTok shop decision changed a fuck ton of things, right? Like, it blew the house of cards down when it comes to planning. So, and me not being on that by day one was like, it fucked me, because by the next day I didn't even know what to do. And knowing me, like, because I'm so obsessed with structure and knowing exactly what to do, why are things gonna happen, etc., I need that to happen. But however, there is a more long-term solution to this, and that's just being able to work in chaos. But I think a lot of people just don't do that, if I'm being honest. I think people try to hide that. I think people hide the fact that they plan so much. For me, like, I just seen it. I just observed it. Like, if I have a plan, I know it's gonna work. Like, by fact, I know it's gonna work, right? Like my sales plan, I knew it was gonna work. Like, if I just close at this percentage, I will get this amount of clients. Very simple, right? Anyways, if I have a plan and I'm confident in that plan, I know it'll work. I know why I'm doing that plan. I know the goal matters. Everything aligns. I'm in there. I'm locked in, right? So I'm not gonna lie to you. Barcelona, I was pretty locked in. The week after Barcelona, I was also pretty locked in. The week before Barcelona, I was locked in, you know? That was September was a pretty good month. Except for the last, 5 days. I'm not gonna lie to you. The last 5 days were shit. But, for basically September, I was so locked in. I did so much, bro. I did, fucking 30 call reviews, right? Not 30. I did, 20, I think. I did a lot of fucking call reviews. A lot of mock calls. And actually, I did a few mock calls, but I did a lot of sales calls. I did a lot of tracking. I watched a lot of Josh Lands. I did a lot of work when it comes to getting better at the thing that matters, which was sales. So, bottom line, bro, in September, I did a fuck ton. I did a fuck ton of the thing that actually matters. Give me a second, guys. All right, anyways, that rant's over. On to the next rant. All right, this is the part that I actually wanted to journal about, which was what did I actually do during these 10 days? Why was it so bad? And I'm gonna be so honest here. It's gonna be just a disclaimer, W burp. This is gonna be the most embarrassing thing I probably admit ever. And this will be an average of the embarrassment. But what I'm saying is that objectively, it's pretty embarrassing, I would say. For my standards, very embarrassing. For the person that I'm trying to be right now, it's very embarrassing. So yeah, the last 10 days, I consumed so much dopamine, it's not even funny. We'll start there. Let's start with the tangibles. First of all, I threw my routine out the window. I threw it out. I did not look at my self-T packet for 7 days. We'll start there. I didn't look at that. I didn't do my morning workouts for a week as well, right? So I didn't work out. I didn't look at my self-T packet. I didn't meditate as well. I might have done it a couple days in the past 7 days, but honestly, I don't think so. I don't remember, honestly. All I know is that it was not dude, it was very rare that I did it. Very rare. This should be stuff I'm doing every single day, no matter what. And I was doing it for every single day, no matter what. But yeah, that's it. I also I just did not, dude, in general, this entire month, not just, honestly, low-key, for basically this entire month, I didn't track anything. I didn't track anything, bro. It was so bad. So bad. That's a bit more minor, though. I know that even Owen had months like that, where he just working. But, if you're doing that, you gotta be working a lot. Which, for September, for a majority of the month, I have been working a lot. Today the 4th or the 3rd? And today's the 4th. Holy shit. I thought it was the 3rd, low-key. Oh, God. Okay, so, anyways. I didn't track anything. So I threw in my routine and also my post-meal walks. Like, I didn't even do my post-meal walks, bro. I would eat and just fucking sit down. And sometimes that would work, right? Like, sometimes that would actually work. But it's like, even that, bro, like, you have to do the routine. The routine is what matters most, bro. It matters so much. Without the routine, nothing matters, bro. Because after a week, you do nothing. You're fucked. And obviously, like I was saying earlier, I guess this kind of bridges the idea together, is that the more harmful your environment is, right? People, place, etc., the more harmful it is for your goal, the more you're gonna have to do to progress. The more positive it is for your goal, or like beneficial for your goal, the less you're gonna have to try. A perfect example is Barcelona, right? Dude, in Barcelona, like, if I'm being honest, guys, like, my worst addiction is my porn addiction. It's very embarrassing. It is the last addiction I want to have. The reason I'm not swapping out with drugs or anything like that is because I know drugs can, like, actually kill you. So I'm not trying to become a drug addict. So I will gladly keep the embarrassment in the price of not being a drug addict. However, it is very embarrassing. So that is my most, like, long-term, potent, hard to beat addiction right now. There's nothing else. My second one is overeating. But honestly, if I just lock in, like, I could eat 2,000 calories a day, no problem. It'll suck, but like, it's I've done it way more consistently than the other one, and it takes less effort to be consistent in it. You just have to remind yourself, like, habits to keep yourself not hungry, and like remind yourself why you're losing weight, etc. It's way easier to beat. The other one is fucking 1,000 times harder, like 1,000 times harder. Anyways, where was I getting with this? I forgot the idea. Give me a second. Okay, so I mean, I'm gonna clear up this idea real quick, and then I'll get into like what I actually did, right? Because I haven't got to that yet. But like in Barcelona, right? I gave you context already. This is my worst addiction ever. It's the hardest to beat. I didn't even try, bro. And I didn't do it once in 10 days. Which is not an accomplishment by any means. However, compared to my habits, it is a home run. Because I'll be honest with you, the average is probably like at least daily, 1x per day. It could be 2x per day, but that's low-key pushing it. Sorry. But we'll just say the average is 1x per day. So I did it 10 times less without even trying in Barcelona. Like, I didn't even try. You gotta realize that, guys. There was probably like one day where I had an urge, but like, I was so tired, and I felt too good in that environment. I felt too much in that environment. Like, I didn't even second guess. I just didn't do it. And I did that for 10 days. So I mean, or I think it's 9 actually. My bad, because the plane schedule fucked me, so I lost a day. But like, you know, for like fucking 9 days, I didn't do it. Like, no, I didn't even get an urge. I got like one urge, bro. So what I'm trying to say is, because of that good environment, I didn't even have to try, bro. I didn't even have to try. It just happened. Like, the good behavior happened naturally. So what I'm saying is that with a bad environment, the vice versa, right? Because of my bad environment, I am gonna have to have things in place that are way more powerful and that are gonna take way more effort and energy to keep up that same behavior. It's pretty simple concept. Hopefully you guys understand it. If you guys don't, I'm a horrible explainer. All right, on to the next thing. Okay, so I mean, I'm just explaining the cause for my action. Now it's time for me to confess. So I mean, it's hard to say. I say the last 10 days. The last 10 days have been like, I think it was like September 24th. There was like 2 days in there where I was actually locked in, or like 3 maybe. I'm just gonna be like so pessimistic and just say that they were all bad, right? I don't even care. So I jerked off every single day. We'll start there. I didn't even try to fight the urge. I just let it happen every single day. And for the last like 3 days, I've done it like more times than I can count per day. So that's just how bad this shit got, right? This negative oscillation. We'll start there. But if I'm being honest, like that's not even the bad part. Because compared to my habits in the past, that is pretty bad. That's definitely an outlier. However, it's not like, holy shit, Nick, like you lost your mind. So that's crazy to say. But the bad thing is the overeating. The overeating has been crazy. So, I mean, I should mention another thing. One thing that I've actually done, like pretty religiously for a long time, was tracking my calories and doing post-meal walks. For the past 10 days or like a week or so, I have not tracked my calories. Maybe a couple days like here and there, like maybe, right? And even then, I either didn't track it. Actually, I could confidently say I did not track a full days of eating like accurately. I just did not. I don't think so. But even some days I would track it, and then in the dinner, I'll just forget about it and then just eat all I wanted. Like it was crazy, bro. I basically mukbanged for the last 7 days. And it gets to some points where like I'm eating so much that I'm burping food up. It's like actually, it is probably like actual like eating disorder behavior. Like I'm literally eating to the point where I don't even enjoy food like while I'm eating it. I don't even like get the point of eating. Like I was eating my dinner at like 5 p.m. today because I just like wanted to eat my pain away. Oh, I'll actually explain that later. That's a very good point I should make. But an example, like today I was eating so much, and like the last third of my meal, I was like, dude, I'm not even hungry. Like, why the fuck am I eating? And I just forced myself to eat it. I was like, what the fuck? This is so bad. But yeah, that's an example. So that's what happened in the last 10 days, like so bad. So I threw my routine away. I did those two things like so badly. I did not work like that. I did not work that much. I kind of did. I would say more about the agency. I basically ditched my agency for the last week, which did not feel good at all, especially for my clients. I basically stopped giving a fuck about my agency. And my sleep schedule has also been fucked. So everything has been fucked. Nothing was going for me this past week. And I feel like shit. However, let me explain like another big thing around this whole situation, which was, okay, so there's been a lot of pain or regret around a couple things. One thing is actually not having any money, like not signing a client, not signing another client from the client I signed from Barcelona. Like the fact that that's happened, it just puts such a fucking hole in my stomach. It hurts so bad. Because I know, like, you know, if I'm being honest, like at this point, I would say it's a little bit unreasonable that I have not signed more than one client since last month. That's a little bit fucked. I'm not gonna lie to you. The fact that I have below a 5% conversion rate, I don't understand. I just don't think that should be the case. I just don't think so. But it's happened. So, I mean, I'm just bad at coping with reality. I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, when I get unlucky, I get pretty butthurt. Because I'm like, bro, I worked so hard. Why am I getting fucked? So that happened. So that's number one thing. Number two thing was a TikTok shop decision, which was me breaking a promise to myself, like a big promise, that I was going to like stick to the agency for 50 days. But I got this shiny object syndrome where I was like, you know what?